All right.
All right, here we go. So we're going to go over, so we've got the progression up already of the snatch and the clean and jerk. I'm just going to go over a little sample of how I teach the overhead squat and the hip power snatch today. Okay? So first things first, you see Aaron, he's got a PVC pipe here. Okay? So first thing that we want to do is we're going to take everybody, okay, come around over here. All right? And we want to start by getting their bar, okay, right at their waistband. So we're going to adjust Aaron's hands so they're right at the waistband. Okay, so he's pretty good right there. And then I'm going to have him go up and over his head with that bar. Okay, and remember the things that we need to happen in this overhead squat or this overhead position. There's basically 4 things that we're looking at. The elbows are locked, the shoulder is down, the belly is tight, and the butt is tight. Okay, so that's our good overhead position. Okay. So we're going to get them into that overhead position. So before this, we've done a few squats. We've practiced that upright squat. So now I'm just going to have him hold this position, and we're going to squat down, keeping those elbows locked down, and those shoulders back. Sink, 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 and up. Okay. And again, elbows locked, shoulders back, belly tight, big chest, upright. Good. And we notice that Aaron has a little bit of problem kind of bending over and getting that torso forward. So we're really just going to try to get him to keep that torso up nice and tall. And try to sink your butt straight down, 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 down. And that's better. And up. Okay? Good. So that would be just the quick, easy overhead squat progression. Okay? The thing to remember on those overhead squats, guys, is a lot of people aren't really going to be able to do that just yet. They won't have the flexibility to do that just yet. All right? So if we can't do an overhead squat, the next thing that we progress to is basically like scaling down to a hands out in the front air squat. Okay, so give me an air squat. Okay, just give me a couple air squats, hands out in front. We're really just trying to get him to keep that upright torso. Or I might hand him a plate here. He has to hold that plate out in front of him. And all we're doing there is really drilling that upright torso for him. We can even bring the plate in, okay, if that's so, to make it a little bit easier. Elbows tight, okay, go down, and more of a goblet squat there. Okay, good. Good. So that's our overhead squat. Those are some things you can scale people down to. But the key being that we've got to really get that upright torso working for them before they're going to be able to perform that overhead squat. Okay? So next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get them started with the hip power snatch. Okay, so basically what we'll go through, we've already gone over our overhead position. Okay, we'll go through the snatch pull under warm up. Okay, and then we'll get him to the hip. Okay, so first things first, we're going to work on getting underneath this bar. So I'm going to start Aaron with his feet directly underneath his hips. Okay, all right, we see that his feet are directly underneath his hips, and all I want to accomplish to start with is to teach him how to transition from that standing position to that bent knee power position, okay? So he's standing up tall right now. I'm going to say drop, okay? And when I say drop, Aaron, give me that bent power position. So standing tall and drop, okay? Stand up and drop, okay? So we're going to go through about 10 or 15 reps of this with your group. And drop, okay? And again, drop. Good. Stand up, stand up. All right. So now the next thing I want to do is I want to add some hands to that. So I'm going to have Aaron bring his elbows up as high as he can into the scarecrow position. Okay, elbows up nice and high. Okay, and he's going to drop, and as he drops, he's going to extend his hands over his head. Okay, so again, we'll do about 10 to 15 reps of these. Elbows up high and drop. Okay, stand up. Elbows high, drop. Okay, stand up. You don't have to go so low. Elbows high and drop. Good. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do, now we're just going to add the PVC pipe to that equation. Okay, so he's going to grab that PVC pipe. He's going to pull it up into that scarecrow position, elbows up nice and high, standing up tall. Okay, and now all he's got to do is drop and rotate that PVC pipe overhead. And drop. Okay, stand up, elbows high, drop. Stand up. Okay, drop. Good, stand up, relax. All right. So that's the first piece of it. Now we're just going to work ourselves down. We started from here. We're going to work the bar down to the hip. Okay? This is the point that we start to teach the, stand up for me, start to teach the snatch pull under. Okay? So we've learned how to get underneath that bar. Okay? At this point, we're going to teach the snatch pull under. So what a lot of times I'll do is I'll have them do a couple of muscle snatches first. So give me about 3 muscle snatches. And while they're doing these muscle snatches, we're talking about keeping that bar close to the body. Okay? So we've gone through that motion. All right? Now what I'm going to have Aaron do is I'm going to have him stand up nice and tall, relax his shoulders a little bit. He's going to lean back, okay? Shrug his shoulders back, and drop, get under that bar, okay? Again, lean back, shoulders back, and under, okay? Again, lean back, shoulders back, and under. All right, good, not bad. Okay, so our next progression from there, now we're at that hip power position, okay? So we should have a fairly good handle on how to hip hinge at this point. Okay, so we're going to send people back into the hip hinge. And you'll notice, you'll see this a lot. People are going to want to slide that bar down their thigh. Okay, so I'm going to pick him up. I want to keep it right up against that waistband. Okay, so he's standing tall enough, his hips are bent. So bend back. Okay, it's still right at that waistband. Another thing you'll see is people will come out, relax the shoulders. They got to pull it tight with those arms. All right? And at this point, now we're going to add that jump to it. So we'll give them a jump and land here. Here we go. And jump. Good. Stand up. And butt back. Keep the bar up on your waistband. Stand up a little taller. And jump. Good. Again. Bar on the waistband. Stand up a little bit taller. And up. Good. Okay. Now, if you got folks that can go ahead and take it into a full squat, and you got the time, you can go ahead and get them into a full squat. The only thing we're really trying to accomplish is that good hip extension into that snatch position, though. So let's just see a couple with the squat. Stand up tall. And go. Full squat. Good. Bar tight. And go. Full squat. Good. All right. So that's the hip power snatch and the overhead squat.